Good evening, everybody. Mike here at the Full of Bulls channel. So, thanks everybody that came out and looked at my content and commented. That's super exciting. It's kind of fun when it just kind of like goes off the hook. I got 97 views on that first one. I couldn't be happier. So, as far as the content goes for this channel, the first one that I kicked off was it was one I was playing with using all AI, and avatars just to see how it would come out, and I had a lot of fun making it, and that's what brought us to this video, because Vince said, "Hey, can you make a video and show people how to do this?" And I'm happy to do that, and that's what we're here for. The second video, which released, is actually the setup that talks about the bull runner NFTs, the open sea, and how you surf around and how you do analysis on bulls to find out what's the better bull for the buck. That's kind of the play on it. And then the third video, which was going to release here in about 3 hours, is the first of the review series on individual bulls. And the idea behind the individual bull release is that as you're buying, selling, trading your NFTs, you're going to be putting it out on places like Facebook, and you're going to be putting it out on Twitter and on any other ones that I can't think of right now. But you have the ability, when you put that together, your ad format, to paste it out there. You can link the review of the bull that you're trying to sell from this collection of bull reviews, and it's just a little bit of added sales piece. It's like third party review. Hey, this is the bull. Here's his attributes, and we talk about it. Now these are going to be really short videos. I don't know exactly. It's going to be like I'm going to have an AI like 30-second intro, and then it's going to kick to me and the bull, and I'm going to go through the stats on the bull and try not to get distracted by shiny objects, as I am often prone to do, and then get out of it. And I'm hoping 3-4 minutes max, and then we'll get that thing posted out there. I'm just picking bulls at random to do the reviews on right now. I'm not going from 1 to 10,000. So if you've got a bull that you want to sell, or it's listed, and you say, "Hey, I'd like to get a review," put that in comments on this channel. Which if I have the comments in one place, it's a lot easier than trying to find it in 5 or 6 different places, as Vince and Asia can tell you. I'll queue it up, and I'll do the reviews, and I'll prioritize the request reviews, because those are the ones that are most important. Now, we're going to be ideally putting out one of these a day, but there are hundreds and hundreds of bulls. There's 1,400 bulls that are for sale right now on OpenSea. So that's like 1,400 days of content. So I know I'm going to have to step that content up a little bit and get a little creative and faster, so that maybe I'm putting out 4 or 5 reviews a day initially, just to get some of that out there. All right, that's enough about talking about this channel and about talking about the bulls. Let's talk about how I made the video, because that's what everybody wants to see. So the video is made up of a compilation of softwares, but the primary software that we're going to talk about tonight is Humanpal. And this is Humanpal. It is. I thought it was relatively inexpensive when I was like, how much did I actually pay for this? So I actually had to go back and take a look, and I bought a lifetime. The upsales and everything. I bought the lifetime for $199. So I like the software. I played with it for a long time before I actually did anything with it, just to kind of understand how it worked. and then I had glitches and problems along the way, and I like this company because they do have good support. You send them an email, and generally you get a response the next day, sometimes the same day, unless it's the weekend. They're closed on the weekend. They actually have office hours on Monday and Friday that you can call them if you've got I've got a problem. I want to understand something. I'm trying to do something. That I don't know of any other software company out there that has that kind of setup that lets you, just dial in and say, hey, man, this is what I'm looking to do. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I haven't used that yet. I probably will at some point in the future. But I wanted to, like I said, I just wanted to do the research on this for you so that you'd know what the cost of this was. They have some other softwares they sell they start off at $19, and then they upsell you. So you end up, right around 100 and something is every one of the software pieces that they sell, and they do a lot of different softwares. They don't just do this one software. They're a lot of fun to play with, and their videos are, they're informative, and it's kind of fun because they have their avatars do things for them, so it makes it cool. So when you log in, you're going to end up right here at this login page. This comes up, and let's just go in and create a video. So, okay, so the first selection that you're picking, don't get fixated on the person because you're going to change the person here in a little bit. But it's like, do I want, something like this where it's static text, then you have this fade in text, you have the scrolling text. If you're doing text things, they have this like cool little setup where it rotates between a cell phone and a laptop, and you're putting your media in there. The billboard mock-ups were kind of cool, but I need to work with those a little bit more to get a better feel for them. I think they're fun, but you've got to size your content to fit the billboard, and I had a little bit of an issue with that when I did the one with Aria, and she was like in the field at the billboard reporting, so I had a little piece. Now you've got the virtual sets over here, and you can. I gotta move my profile. Click next, and it gives you an option of a whole bunch of different virtual sets, that you can do. So the one I did for the one video was this virtual set right here. This is what I had. It was virtual set 2. But for tonight, what I'm doing, I'm going to do another ARIA field report, and we're going to go all the way down to the bottom to the green screen. We're just going to pick green screen. So that's what we're going to use for this video tonight that we're going to make. So, and of course, you've got all these different fun-filled options, but we're going to go with this one right here. All right, so then we're going to pick our avatar, and my field reporter is Janet with formal glasses. That's the one I landed on. Now her stage name is Aria because that is actually the voice. These are all the different voices that you can pick. Like you can, just to give you an example, actually.
Hello. You can pick me as your spokesperson for your next project. I can convey your message with a realistic voice filled with emotions that can captivate any audience.
Now, while I believe that, I like Aria because Aria has the emotion. You pick the emotion. I like the cheerful, and that's really all I do. I don't mess with the pitch, or the speed, or the speaker volume. I just leave that right where it's at. You have background music that you can also enable on that, and then you've got all these options for music that you can put in the background. I played with it before, but I didn't use it for this one. So here's the fun part. The script. Now, I just went to ChatGPT and I asked it to just create something for a reporter in the metaverse. You know, everything that we're doing while we're grounded in the real world, the NFTs and the game of life and all of these other applications are out in the metaverse, and the metaverse is growing and growing. So ChatGPT actually was thoroughly excited to give me something. It said, well, as an AI-based, you know, writer, I can certainly give you something on that. And it did, but I had to pare it down because I don't want to spend 3 hours showing you how to make a video as we try to make all this text fit and then have backdrop for all of that. So I just changed a little bit of it, and this is what we're going to do. And here's the fun part when I say, you know, dealing with the script. So you can only have 100 characters in each scene. It becomes challenging to make the script fit, and because it's like, for example, I actually can't give you a preview on this. I apologize, but it would be very broken and choppy and irregular if this was the way that it worked out. And I shortened this a bit, so that the bottom looks okay. You know, you're gonna get this break. The metaverse has potential to shape the way we work, live, and play. All good one sentence, like we want it to sound like, you know, normal people would talk. And this, if I take this off, we just got to play with it. It'll, as you cut and paste and change over here, it will change your script over here. One thing I would advise you to do when you're working on your master script, going, yeah, I got this, copy this and paste it to something. Paste it to Word, paste it to Google Page, paste it somewhere. Because the only way that you can get this script back, you know, in the context that you did it in the text positioning, is to actually click edit and then reopen after you've already done a video. Reopen the video to capture the text and bring it across. It's just a lot easier to remember. Oh yeah, once I've changed this, copy this. Lessons learned the hard way, let me tell you. So I've got 49 characters up there. Let's see if I can get this to fit. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to bring this little piece, cut this. As you can imagine, you spend a lot of your time working in these text boxes, just kind of getting it the way you want it. I think we're going to run with this. Let's just see what it sounds like in the final take here. All right, so we're going to go over here to next. So for the media, so one of the things that Vince had said or put out in the really humbling text that he sent, I was blown away when I saw it. I was like, oh my God, was talking about green screen, and of course he's the king of the B-rolls. So, and what the B-roll being, it's the video that plays in the background while your characters are in the front or in the forefront of it doing whatever they're doing. I know a little bit about it, but I'm looking forward to getting some good training from him on how to make that really romp. and also being able to get those music downloads and understanding more about enabling the babes to be able to talk in the software. I can't import an avatar to the software. I have to use what they have. Now I can change. You can change the look, the age, and things like that. There are things that you can do inside the software, but you can't import your own avatar and then have it sync up, to the lip piece so that everything's moving like it's supposed to move. So for tonight's video, I've just got a few things here. So we're going to pick the bar, and that's going to be our scene. Now, you can't see, why can't I move human left or right? Okay, when you're doing a green screen, you can't move them to the left or right. They're preset and they're ready to rock and roll. So that's going to be they're like up front. For this picture, I'd like her to be a little bit over here so you can see the bar and not the bathrooms. But you know what? It's just a test video. So we're just going to rock and roll with this thing. All right. After you've got your piece done, name it. And this is Aria at the bar. We'll just save that. Click the I have read and agreed to the terms of service. And then you click create a video. Okay, so a couple other things I learned in this. You can only do 8 renderings a day. Because when I was going through and I was doing these little intro pieces here, I was back and forth on, I'd do it, I didn't like it, so I'd click edit, then you have to re-render after you make changes. Yeah, I did that, and then it said rendering not working, failed. I was like, oh my god, and I sent a text off or an email off to tech support and said, what is going on? And the next morning I got one saying, hey, yeah, because we have so many people and because you're rendering in the server, you're limited to 8 a day. Now the other thing with this is you're limited, each one of these segments is 1 minute. So the max you can do in a segment is 1 minute. Now, if you lay that out, you can have your script, track it the way you want it. You can do multiple segments, right? And to tell the story. And then when you go into your video software, you bring all of those videos over, and then you pop them down in the track, and you bring them together, and you either do a transition or don't do a transition, whatever's going to look best for the video, and you're good to go. So it takes a while for this to happen. So he says it can take up to a couple hours. I've never had one take up to a couple of hours yet. Generally about 20-25 minutes. So I'll show you this one real quick before we kind of take a magic break. This, like I said, I was having some challenges with this video thing, this background, but I do like it.
This is Arya Shaw in for David today. The Bull Runners NFTs are an array of unparalleled digital assets leveraging blockchain technology. The collection is comprised of 10,000 NFTs, each representing a distinct bull. The NFTs, akin to traditional physical collectibles, can be acquired, traded, and sold. Furthermore, these bulls function as keys to the token-gated Master Training Series. This is accessible exclusively to Bull Runners Club members in the online business app ecosystem. Welcome to the Daily Bull, and now to Captain Mike for today's review.
So that's a 42-second intro. I'm trying to shave 15 seconds off of that and get it a little smoother for the rest of the Bull Runner review series. But I did like the swing of the buildings and the boards, but you saw in some of them there was like some gaps in the placement of the picture on the billboard. So this one's a little trickier to work with because you've got to size things, make it fit. All right, so I'll be back in a nanosecond in your time, and we'll take a look at what this video looks like after it has been rendered. Please stand by. And we're waiting on that final 1%. Please be patient. And we are done. So in the real world, that took approximately 21 minutes to get rendered. So that wasn't awful by any means. So let's go ahead and check it out and see what it looks like.
Arya Shaw reporting from the Bull Runners Club Bar, here in the Metaverse. The Metaverse continues to evolve and expand. The role of a reporter in this digital world has become increasingly important. With millions of users interacting around the world, the Metaverse has the potential to shape the way we live, work, and play. As a reporter in this world, we are at the forefront of this exciting new era in journalism.
All right. Well, it seemed a little boggy to me. That could have been the internet, but her voice seemed a little downtrended. So let's close that out. Let's just do an edit, shall we? So what that's going to do is that's going to knock you all the way back to this step right here. So let's go to excited. Let's see what that sounds like.
Arya Shaw reporting from the Bull Runners Club Bar. Here in the Metaverse continues to evolve and expand. The role of a reporter in this digital world.
Okay, point of etiquette. If you put a period in, it doesn't become like a run-on sentence when you're listening to it.
Arya Shaw reporting from the Bull Runners Club Bar, here in the Metaverse. The Metaverse continues to evolve and expand. The role of a reporter in this digital world has become increasingly important. With millions of users interacting around the world, the Metaverse has the potential to shape the way we live, work, and play. As a reporter in this world, we are at the forefront of this exciting new era in journalism.
Okay, I like that better. What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and just go ahead and bring this through. We don't need, it's not going to mess up anything in here when you do the edits, unless you're adding language. And if you're adding language, yeah, you need to go in and correct your text position. We're going to go with the same, just for consistency. She said she's at the bar, so we'll put her in the bar. And let's do Aria at the bar. Do it. Create video. There's a lot of this that goes on when you're making these, just so you know. All right. Well, we're going to let this thing do its thing, and I'll be back to you as soon as it's compilated. And we are rendered yet again. That one, I don't know, about 17 minutes. All right. Let's check it out now.
Arya Shaw reporting from the Bull Runners Club Bar, here in the Metaverse. The Metaverse continues to evolve and expand. The role of a reporter in this digital world has become increasingly important. With millions of users interacting around the world, the Metaverse has the potential to shape the way we live, work, and play. As a reporter in this world, we are at the forefront of this exciting new era in journalism.
Okay, it's still a little clunky on the transition. You can catch it as it's doing it. I would probably go back and rework the language on it to get it. It's just the way that these are. You spend a lot of time crafting the language to get the flow in the video to sound like you want it to sound. So that's the challenge. But I love working with this software. It's easy. We've just done it. It's just, take your time and work on it. You can do a whole lot of things with it. So once you've got it done, then you're going to want to download that into a folder, with all of the other pieces of the overall video that you're going to make. So just real quick, let's go to my folder. Let me bring it across for you. Sorry about that. So here I've got all of these different folders, right? So for audio video, AI video 1, which was the one I made. So here are my segments, and I put it all in a folder together so that I could find it. And then I use Camtasia for my video editing. Camtasia is real easy too. I can't open Camtasia and Loom at the same time. Flips my computer out. It's two different softwares that want to try to control the cameras and the microphones and things like that. It doesn't work well if you try to do that. So what we're recording this video in right now, this is the Loom video that you can share your desktop, as I'm doing. It's just straight desktop share, but you can share your desktops, and you can show people, like if you're having a problem with something, or like we just created a video. You guys watched as we created a video. Things like that. I like Loom for that. Loom is still, to me, a little clunky. I just every now and then, I have some issues with it. Could be my computer, don't know. But I fight Loom. I'm going to actually do some recordings in Camtasia as well, and then if there's something else out there that seems to work for doing these like on display pieces, I'll give that a shot as well. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. You trip over it every day. But I have done some on-screen recording in Camtasia. I like the way it records, but you can't put the little circle up here with your happy smiling face in it. So that's kind of a downgrade on Camtasia, or I don't know how to set it up yet, because literally just got it, watched a couple of videos, and made videos. And that was just how easy it was. That's why I like Camtasia. So the thumbnail that I use, which it's not going to open. Never mind. The thumbnail that I use, I made in Canva. I was really excited to see that there were a lot of other things that you could do in Canva when Vince was going through it in the master training. It was exciting to me. I mean, I was like, holy crap! There's all these things you can do in here that I wasn't even aware of. But you got to live. You kind of got to live in the software that you work with, and you get to know all of its little things. If you've got a whole lot of software that you're working in, then yes, you spend a lot of time playing before you can do anything productive with it. But with the Humanpal, I did spend a lot of time playing because I really wasn't sure what direction I was going to go with it, but it was kind of cool. And it's like, yeah, I can make videos, I can bring up content, I can do things with this. This is neat. I didn't think of it as a way to be off camera, so to speak. I was looking at it as more of just a cool techie thing. I'm a tech geek. I'm a crypto junkie and a tech geek. I freely admit it. Ask my wife, she just cringes when computers arrive, or You know, I go, oh, look, I got this new software. So, yeah, she's been with me for a while. She's learning to live with it. All right. That's all I've got for this video. And we're going to put this one in the can. And I'm actually going to, now I have to go render this in Camtasia so that I can make an actual video and upload it to YouTube, and then I'll link it and get it out to you guys. So that's my driving factor tonight. So it's kind of a race to the finish line. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I do tend to ramble. I really admit that. All right. Have a great night, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.